up now.
Hey everyone, we are here the day after Cornhucket with none other than Chad DeGroot. He came for the festivities this weekend, and I thought it'd be really awesome since he just recently built up a whole new bike to run through his bike and do a quick bike check with him. So Chad, tell me about your bike.
Where should we start?
Top
to bottom?
Yeah, top
to
to
back?
bottom.
We'll start off with the USA made bar ends. Through Deco, through Dylan Worsley, We Bicycles in California. They get anodized in Orlando. Profile uses the anodizer, or I use the same anodizer. They do come in raw as well. Classic Deco logo grips. I love the flange. Kind of protects the bars a little bit from falling and whatnot. And I kind of got a little tick of flapping this stuff every once in a while, but they got cut lines. So if you want to remove those things and use them as a disc, go for it. I do run a front brake. Stoked on the Tech 77, the old style. Makes the noise. Also protects the bars too with the button. Kind of grew up on that. It's a longer lever, which is rad. And then I use good old hockey tape. Can't find much in Florida, but I find some in one way or another. I always got a roll on me. Handlebars are fly. I decided to go with the 9.5 inch. I've been using 9s forever. I feel with the top two bend, I can get my foot over. Call me old man what you want. I can still get my leg over, but I like the look of it as well. And my son is doing surfers now, which I've never pulled in my life. So I feel like this platform is good for a size 9.5 shoe. And I really want to pull a surfer this year. My son's doing it. It's a trick I never learned. He is chilling in it. Awesome with that, but fly bars. And I run 4-piece because of this. Here, this is actually a platform for a trick I do called the dark side. Call it cheating, call it whatever you want. I call it, I can pull the trick pretty consistently because when you flip it over, you actually stand here. 2-piece bars rounded. I've done it there before with grip tape. It's a perfect platform. 48 mil profile push stem, Mark Moville stem, some tie upgrades, Deco headset, classic brake, took the logos off it. The Diatech brake, upgraded into some Odyssey brake pads, black. My old bike was crazy because I had the brake pads on there for 8 or 10 years and they almost like petrified. So they are hard and these are soft. I used to have to lick my finger, clean the rims every time I ride. I don't do any of that now. So new brake pads, it's good, but Deco cable, it's called Slickish cable. I tested it for years and I feel it's like the best cable on the market, especially for front brakes and the tight bend. I got some S&M fast pitch forks with welded on 990s. The removable are cool, but I feel when they're welded on, they don't come loose and it's just, you commit. Sometimes you gotta commit in BMX, But 13 mil offset was a little crazy. I'm used to 15 and I was nervous of the taller bars, and 13. First session, first ride, everything just happened perfect. So it was awesome. Heresy 1.9 tires. I run about 110 PSI. These tires are like pre-worn in, which is insane because usually I have a problem with tires where you have to break them in, you have to ride a rough surface, or you have to take like a week of spinning and scuffing. First day, first session, dialed, so good. Get into the profile, Elite front hub. I got tie button bolts on there, save some weight on that, all blacked out. Got the little ODI, little valve cap that adds a little bit of character, which you gotta do. And then I got the Deco 1.5 classic woo pegs. Made in Florida, anodized in Florida, knurled in Florida, sold out of Florida. The best peg, the lightest peg, strongest peg. Stoked on that. So, what's that?
Your dice
Yeah,
cap there. That's awesome.
I have a friend that's Chef Justin, a good friend that is into old school bikes. I fix them, I make them rideable. We bring them to life. And one time he came in and he wanted these on his cable end, and I was like, all right. And then I told him I was making a new bike, and he came in the other day and he gave it to me as a gift. So damn stoked on that, you know, like
it's so
little
cool.
characters like that, you know. It's like, but I'll get into the color of the frame. I was stuck in traffic driving behind an Audi, and it had all black emblems, and I was like, that's it. And I'm like a kind of a bright color guy as far as bikes, because they look good in videos, they stand out. I've always had my kaleidoscope from Profile colorway, which is the stem, the hubs, sprocket, and I wanted to do a complete build. So I actually have my old bike, like everything's there, and I don't remember last time or when I've ever built a whole new bike. So that was like the premise, you know, around this. Frame is made in Tampa, St. Pete, from Alex, out to cruise, shout out. Made it in his garage, 18.9, 75, 71. I tightened up the back end. I made it 12.75. And I feel like all backwards tricks, forward tricks, manual tricks, any back wheel tricks are easier. Really worried about that, and it turned out awesome. No brake tabs, I committed. No back brakes on this. Integrated C-post clamp. Awesome head tube, awesome angles. The paint job was done in Orlando. Orlando Powder Room, if you're in that area. He ships out stuff, he does old school stuff, he does everything like that. That's key element to this. The other thing too is having all black stickers, you know, USA with the alligator on it, Profile all black, and then I call this frame the Succubus Light. The tubing in it, I have to get the exact specs, but it is very, very thin tubing, and Alex was a little worried about doing that. I try not to crash, I try and ride smooth, and I don't have problems with my bike. I wear out tires, cables, grips, but that's really it. So I'm very light on a bike, so did that. Profile bossless cranks, 165. Been riding those for a long time. Titanium spindle, tie GDH bolts. Takes off some weight, you know, and I feel that when I had that powder coated with the forks, the bars, the spacer, the frame, and the crank arms, that was like the perfect rounded amount. I kind of had intent to do a little more, and I'm like, I don't want to overdo this, but 25.2 spline drive, sprocket, Deco pedals, got those, my favorite, Deco seat post 135, and nose down Profile seat, pivotal, it's rad. Oh, let's get into the chain. Fly chain, I figured fly bars, add a fly chain, super light, super good, but there's a key element in here. You see one link is silver. Since I work on bikes all day long at my shop, Mr. Bikes and Boards, shout out, I use quick links, you know, on road bike chains, and I was like, is an 1/8 inch gonna work on 3/32? How do you know to do it? Well, you try, you know. So I took a closer, and it's a yin yang, and pieced it together, and don't love that it's silver, but it worked, and just kind of stoked on that. So woo pegs on the back, same size. I do have sun rims. I took off all the stickers, and I do run front rims on the front and back, so there's no machining. If you look at the front rim, there's two kind of brake surfaces, and I feel like one of the surface, which is small, is plenty to do front brake tricks, pinky squeaks, applying the brake and whatnot. Back up to the Deco headset, or the fork cap, that was powder coated by Orlando Powder Room as well. He just did that. He did a splatter, and he was like, hey, do you like that? And I was like, yes. So yeah, that's that. Profile Z coaster, right hand drive. Alloy inner, which is almost as light as the tie. I feel like that's alloy is perfect. I'm not hard on it. Tie button bolts, tie driver, 9 tooth, and I do it is minimal slack. So I have the 3 slack ring, so I have it at about 45 degrees. So, but in a nutshell, aside from the Deco mid-bottom bracket, this is my whip. It's 2023. I'm rolling gray this year.
I appreciate you going through your bike. It's definitely unique to you, and there's a lot of cool stuff in there. And I mean, mostly USA made.
Yes,
which
I
is
try
cool.
to do as much as possible. Very happy about it. So yeah, this thing turned out better. I didn't want to ride it. Then it gets scratched and it gets used, but my first session was one of my better sessions I've had, and to have that on a new bike is kind of ridiculous. And then every session's just been very complete. So I think it was meant to be. So
awesome, man. Well, where can people find you and everything you do online?
At Chad DeGroot on Instagram or Facebook. I do answer comments and I do respond to DMs. Hit me up for anything. Check out Profile Racing, #Profile BMX, Deco BMX. Our Instagram got hacked, so it's Deco BMX 09. We're trying to rebuild and everything, so it happens, but yeah, go shout out. And then my bike shop, Mr. Bikes and Boards.
Where is that?
It's in Longwood, Florida. So if you guys are coming down to Swamp Fest, coming down to any skate park at Tampa stuff that Profile and Matt Copeland do, I'll be there with the bike. Otherwise, if you're driving down or flying into Orlando, swing by the shop. We're open every day. And I always got cold drinks because it's hot in Florida. So on me. So, and free stickers too. So
heck yeah. Well, I appreciate your time, Chad,
Yeah.
and I'm stoked. This is a cool bike check. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Everybody check him out.
Yep.
And subscribe here if you haven't. We'll see you tomorrow.